The Lucky Scarab bar is a welcome addition to PAMP's line of 5-gram gold bars with themes of luck. While it's a bit hard to believe, Asian-themed Good Luck series bars has been going on for a number of years. There's actually 4 designs in all, and it started with the Lucky Cat. The Lucky Cat design was very long overdue, in my opinion. So besides the Asian Good Luck bars that have come out to date, there is also the Lucky Pig. Overall, the Lucky Pig is a simple design, but people really like it. It sold well, and it continues to be sought after. I was very happy to see the Lucky Scarab was added to this collection. Egyptian-themed designs are not new to PAMP. There are Egyptian-themed bars and pendants that go back to the 90s, perhaps even late 80s. Both the art of the bar and assay card are really well done. I have not heard any feedback from other collectors on their thoughts about this design yet because it's pretty new, but I do suspect it will do well and be sought after. You may have seen some of the other Egyptian-themed designs PAMP has made over the years. They usually do sell for more than other similar products. So that's why I say I do think this one will be sought after in the long run. I look forward to your thoughts in the comments on this design. If you do a search of what other mints have done for bars, rounds, or coins regarding the theme of luck, there are some out there. Even the classic and iconic PAMP design, Lady Fortuna, is a symbol of luck. With very little effort, I'm sure I could think of at least a dozen more designs I would love to see in the Luck series. I don't think this is the last we'll see of a design featuring the symbols of luck. If anything, I think we're probably just starting. A key component in the long-term success of any series based on luck really is the art. Is the art eye-appealing, eye-catching, and does it have enough details to really make it interesting? And if you've looked at the bars made in the last few years, they really do have a lot going on and a lot of details. So as long as this pattern continues, I do see the Luck series continuing for quite some time. Looking at the analytics of my videos I've made in the last couple of years, the videos that really do the best are ones that talk about new releases. Some of the videos I've made really do get into topics of very rare PAMP. And of course, there's always some watchers that want to see everything that's out there and learn more. So to the devout PAMP fans and those that really appreciate my channel, the next 15 or so minutes are going to be very, very interesting. Instead of showing you other designs PAMP made that happen to be about luck, I'm going to show you other designs PAMP made with an Egyptian theme. While the designs I'm going to show you are not the exhaustive list, I am aware of a few others that PAMP has made over the years that have an Egyptian theme. I'm sure you're going to really find this to be eye-opening. So this is the Cleopatra Oval 1 gram. While this copy was made approximately 2020 to 2021, I know it was made much earlier as well, so it was made for over 20-something years. This is just a more recent example. I have seen several times this exact bar in the small blue assay card, so you know it has a long history. I know this design was also made in platinum, but I do not have one to show you in the assay card. Even with a very long minting history, this design was likely made in very small batches, so it was harder to find and the premium was kept higher. Oval-shaped bars in general are a little harder to find, and that also makes this one a little more interesting. In addition to the 1 gram Cleopatra round, this design was also made as a 2.5 gram. On the larger surface, you see the details just a little bit more clearly. This example was also made approximately 2020 to 2021. The serial numbers for both the 1 gram and 2.5 gram bars that I have shown in the video are not that high, relatively speaking. If you like what you saw so far in the video, just wait, there's actually a lot more surprises to come. This 1 gram has a clever use of having the assay card fill in the bigger picture for the bar. The bar just has a zoomed in section of the eye and near the eye, while the assay card shows you what the rest is. This bar was made approximately 2022 to 2023. I'm not sure what the total mintage of this design is, but as you see, this example has a serial number over 3,500. Even with a mintage of 4,000 or perhaps higher, it is still very hard to find. Many of the newer designs PAMP is making has stepped away from having the standard dark blue assay card to having colorful, unique assay cards only made for that exact bar or pendant. I'm not sure if this design would have worked quite as well if it was in a standard assay card. The next two were actually made earlier, approximately 2012 to 2019. You can clearly see this assay card has a bit of a bend to it. This Cleopatra round is similar to a gold Cleopatra coin I've seen. I'm not sure if it was inspired by the coin. The weight of this round is 1/25 of an ounce, what translates to approximately 1.244 grams. I like how there's art on both sides, so the back has a camel with pyramids in the background. This design was made in 3 different weights in gold, so in addition to this 1/25 ounce, it was also made in 2.5 grams and 5 grams, although I only have 2 different weights to show you in assay card in gold. It was also made in platinum. I do not have any examples in platinum to show you. Overall, this design has a clean, crisp look, and I do think people like it today, even though it was made over 10 years ago. And 10 years in the future, people are still going to probably like it. This Cleopatra 2.5 gram round does look even better on the larger weight. You can see the details even better. If you notice carefully on the side of the coin, it does have ridges. It's worth noting that both examples of the Cleopatra round I'm showing you have serial numbers under 1,000. I'm not sure what the total mintage of the Cleopatra round is. It could be 1,000, but it could be much, much more. I just don't know. And if you notice the pattern, Cleopatra is the subject of a lot of the Egyptian-themed PAMP products, as well as King Tut. It's very possible the Cleopatra round was also made earlier, perhaps in the small assay card. I just never found an example, so I really don't know for sure. The premium on these coins was higher by about 20 to 30% compared to similar weight products at the time. While the assay card of this Cleopatra pendant shows it was made between 2010 and 2019, I know for a fact that it was made earlier as well, as I've seen it in the small red assay card before. Interestingly, the serial number of this pendant is under 1,000 as well. When I compared the photos of the small red assay card version of this pendant and this one, pendants themselves looked identical. Just the assay cards were different. While I do not have the exact dates the small red assay cards were used, I've placed it between the late 80s and perhaps early 90s. By the mid 90s, the modern size assay card was in use. I have also seen this Cleopatra design made in gold as an oval shape. The Cleopatra oval is also made with a color printing, or perhaps painted finish. I haven't seen one in person, just lots of photos of those. This Cleopatra pendant was also made in platinum. It's the exact same design, it just has a different assay card color. Now, this assay card color, the golden color perhaps you'd call it, has a mintage of 1,000 or less in most cases. While both pendants have a weight of 2.5 grams, this one has a smaller surface size. My example has a low serial number, but I'm unsure of the exact mintage. Without a doubt, I consider these to be prized pieces. It's quite possible that this Cleopatra pendant in platinum was made a few years after the gold one you saw earlier. Overall, the platinum version of the Cleopatra pendant is much more rare. Over the years, I've seen the gold Cleopatra pendant sold several times without the assay card. And it's hard to tell, was that from the earlier batch or the later batch. To make things even more interesting, this design was also made in platinum with a different shape. The normal version is round, while this special version has an octagon shape. While the serial number of the octagon example is much higher than the round example, it is still under 1,000. To my knowledge, this pendant has a mintage of 1,000 or less. It was made sometime between 2020 and 2021. Having an alternative version with a different shape is quite clever. While the gold Cleopatra pendant is rare, the platinum versions of this are even more so. It will certainly be interesting to see if there's a different or another version of this Cleopatra pendant made in the future. I have never seen a silver version of this pendant, but I'd certainly be interested in getting one if it was ever available. Personally, I think these Cleopatra pendants are pretty amazing and definitely add to the Egyptian themed products PAMP has made. Unusual shaped pendants are nothing new for PAMP, but they do add an extra layer of rareness to the pendant itself. This gold pendant of King Tut is made on a square diamond shape. The weight of the pendant is slightly unusual too, coming in at 6 grams. The King Tut design looks to be made with laser etching, and the back has a very busy look, plenty of hieroglyphics to fill in the background. With laser etched products, they look more striking in certain lights, and that's definitely the case with this one. So this pendant has an unusual shape, an unusual weight, and instead of being pressed, it's laser etched. So it definitely is unusual in several ways. This pendant is also likely to have a mintage of 1,000 or less. This King Tut pendant was likely made between 2020 and 2021. This Sphinx pendant has a very similar look, but it dates back a little earlier. So this one was made approximately 2012 to 2019. It has the same square diamond shape. It also has the same weight and has hieroglyphics on the backside of the pendant. Seeing one of these pendants is quite stunning, but seeing the pair together is even more so. I'm not sure of the exact vintage of both these pendants, but they are likely to be 1000 or less. The art of the Sphinx, and it has the pyramids in the background, is very well done. It's a great angle. Reflecting on the different designs shown so far, it's hard not to think what an amazing collection PAMP has made with the Egyptian theme. It's interesting how so many of these pendants are tied together by the style or theme of the design. This gives us not just a single pendant, but an entire collection. This next pendant was made again approximately 2012 to 2019. This is not silver, it is platinum. This is another pendant depicting King Tutankhamun. I suppose this is another diamond shape, but it's different than the last type. It has smaller sides on the bottom and longer ones on the top. The mintage of this pendant is 1000 or less. To put things in perspective, the Lucky Scarab, the original bar shown in this video, has a mintage that's higher than all the pendants with this gold and assay card color combined. The mintage of the Lucky Scarab is not large by any means, especially considering the demand of any of the new PAMP bars, but the mintage of these pendants is ultra low. Thanks for spending some time with me to review these rare PAMP Egyptian themed pendants and bars. This pendant is actually part of a series of 3, but unfortunately I only have one more to show you. Final pendant has a larger weight. The weight of this Cleopatra pendant is an impressive 8 grams, so it's 3 grams larger than the last one. It was made during the same time period, so between 2012 and 2019. There is a third pendant to this series, which has Nefertiti. I do not have one in the assay card to show you. PAMP pendants with unusual shapes, unusual weights, they're always fun, and this has to be one of my favorite. The window on this assay card is very oversized compared to the pendant. Of the pendants in the golden color assay card, this has to be one of the largest weights I can think of. The window on this assay card actually looks like it could accommodate a 1-ounce bar quite easily. I'm aware of several more Egyptian themed PAMP pendants, but I just don't have them available to show you. Nonetheless, I hope the video was educational and inspiring. I'm sure we'll see more Egyptian themed bars or pendants in the future, and hopefully it won't be too long of a wait until the next one. This concludes this video. Thank you so much for joining me today. I appreciate the likes and comments, and if you haven't done so, please subscribe. I wish you all the best in your PAMP collecting. So for now, take care.